So, Fiona, what did you do? So this building in front of me is called Ravenwood, and I thought this would be a good place to show you the destruction that's happened. Didn't want to walk around people's neighborhoods, for privacy reasons for a lot of people. It's a really rough time, but this is a good spot to show you precisely what happened in Charlottetown after the Hurricane Fiona came through. Worst storm on record on PEI. Massive damage. Some power's on. Right now I'm on day 7 without power, but I thought I'd walk up here. Power crews are working in my neighborhood right now, and it was just waiting for the power to come on was almost anxiety inducing, so I thought I'd take a stroll up here. And we'll look, I'm going to pause, and then we're going to walk up there, and you'll get a better idea precisely what happened. So this white building is called Ravenwood. It sits on the experimental farm, pretty much in the center of Charlottetown. It's almost viewed as a parkland by people around here. It is a national experimental farm. Beyond that hedge is what they call the Royal Forest in some ways, I've heard it called, mainly because there are trees up there. I remember Princess Diana planting a tree, Prince Charles, the Queen has planted trees, royal dignitaries, people of importance who visited Prince Edward Island have planted trees. And a lot of them are down now. It almost looks a little peaceful there right at the moment. But we're going to walk over behind that hedge and take a closer look. Prince Edward Island is a very green province. Lots of trees. People comment on the variety of greens here. And there are some very old, large trees, especially in Charlottetown. A lot of them came down. Now this is a good place to come because, well, there aren't houses under them at the moment. And if you walk around my neighborhood, you will find trees like this leaning against homes or in people's yards. But this is sort of an open space, and it's a good place to get a look of precisely what occurred here. The other reason I came up here is there's no power lines on the ground. Power is being restored to Charlottetown, but a lot of lines down, a lot of poles broken on PEI. And you see huge craters where the large oaks and elms came down, maples and things like that, and pines that are... you can see plaques dedicated to the people who planted the trees. Some of these trees are 100 or so years old, more maybe. I remember when I was young, Princess Diana planting a tree not too far from here, maybe within a few meters. Not too sure which one. I'd have to find the plaque. But over there you see large trees down. Now, in the residential sections of Charlottetown, this is very much what it's like. Large, large trees down on top of homes. Lots of roofs ripped off. Lots of damage. Strangely, or luckily, our house was undamaged. And there were a lot of trees down around us, and we've been cleaning up for the last week. But we've been lucky. Unfortunately, a lot of people aren't as lucky as we were. There were cottages and buildings swept into the ocean on the north shore of PEI. No loss of life directly attributed to the storm. There was one person who passed away due to a mishap with a generator. I'm not too sure the full story. I won't get into that too much. Just gonna walk up a little bit. Mostly what you hear nowadays is generators running and chainsaws. Canadian flag is at half-mast over there, probably because of Queen Elizabeth. No one had time to put it back up. You won't have time for a little while. There's going to be a lot of cleanup happening. Carefully pan around. I don't want to be too jumpy, but I'm a little tired. once again, it's amazing how often you see a large tree like that and a house near it, and somehow the house didn't get hit. And Ravenwood looks like it wasn't hit, which is quite nice. It's a very old home in Charlottetown. This used to be a farm a couple hundred years ago, before it became an experimental farm for the government of Canada. So you see these massive craters as the roots pull out of the ground. These trees are huge. Sadly, a lot of these trees will have to come down to make the place safe. The building itself is intact, not a shingle gone. And this is at a high point in Charlottetown, but the grounds are littered with trees and branches and stuff. There are areas where the entire forest has been flattened on Prince Edward Island. A lot of the forests have trees like this. They're just laying on top of each other. And people will be cleaning up for years to come. So the North Shore, a lot of the beaches eroded, were washed away. Massive sand dune destruction on the North Shore. Cavendish Beach lost a lot of its dunes. Brackley, Dalby Beach was washed away. Cottages washed up into roadways. Lots of wrecks. The famous red soil of Prince Edward Island. Really big crater. Really massive old tree. Another one right beside it back there in the woods. More over that way. Anyway. Now another one's hitting in the States at the moment, or yesterday, and moving up into the Carolinas. Don't know if it's coming our way. Hopefully not. You can see tarps on roofs far in the distance. Lots of trees down, lots of shingles missing. We're going to be cleaning up for a long, long time. Anyway, I hope you're safe wherever you are, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you very much.